I can truly say that I'm proud of everything that I've accomplished in 2022, but I was in survival mode. All my energy went into accomplishing 1 or 2 goals, and that resulted in neglecting all other things around me. I often worked from bed, or I worked from a messy desk or space. I ate like crap, and I forgot to spend time with the people that really matter to me.
I'm really exposing myself here, and I am not proud of it in any way, but this has been my reality for most of the year. Mess, chaos, so it's time to clean it up. Habits can be some of the most powerful things when you're trying to reach your goals, but they can also serve as an amazing support system to make your life easier while you're trying to achieve those goals. They can help you to switch from surviving mode to thriving mode, and that is exactly what I want to do this year. Today, I want to share the habits with you that I am implementing to make 2023 a whole lot easier. Have you ever looked at highly successful people? They take extremely good care of themselves. And there's a reason for that. If you want to do extraordinary things that nobody else does, you will have to take care of yourself in an exceptional way. You'll need to be in tip-top shape if you want to do things that other people don't do. So in 2023, let's change the narrative from self-care being a last resort to something that is absolutely necessary and the first thing that you do. And great self-care isn't just slapping a face mask on and calling it a day. There's actually 7 parts to self-care. So we have mental self-care, which means taking care of your mind. This can be from journaling every day to even seeking out a therapist if you need it. And tied to that is emotional self-care. Really allowing to feel your feelings, allowing yourself to process those emotions and learning that emotions are valid. Really learning how to handle emotions and letting yourself feel them. Then we have physical self-care. Physical means taking care of your body by giving it what it needs. Enough rest, healthy nutrition, and enough movement. And then we have environmental self-care, which means taking care of the space around you, dealing with clutter and optimizing your space so it makes your life easier, not harder. And this counts for your physical space as well as your digital space, as the space in your mind. So really make sure that everything works and flows for you. Then we have spiritual self-care, and spiritual self-care does not have to be religious. Connect with that why and your purpose and your reason for being in your life. Recreational self-care means making time for your hobbies and making time for the things that you love doing, and also making time for learning. And then lastly, we have social self-care. Close relationships keep people happy and healthy throughout our lives. So make time to connect with the people that matter to you. Even though it feels like it, we really don't have to go through life alone. So make sure that you connect with those that matter. You can use these 7 pillars as a guideline as to how to really take good care of yourself. And I'm really going to prioritize in 2023 also in my content, and I hope that you will come on this journey with me. The next habit that I really want to implement is a work-life balance. Happiness is not found behind your desk. Work can be incredibly fulfilling, but it won't be the thing that you look back on in 50 years and think like, oh yeah, those were the times of my life. I am really guilty of working way too much as well, and this year I paid the price with a burnout, and that made me realize that work really isn't everything, and that if you give everything to your job, that the rest of your life will just collapse around you. It made me slow down. But even today, I see that I am still working way too much. So in 2023, I really want to put my work second to my life. And it is hard when you're trying to do 3 jobs at once, but working around the clock just isn't it. And if you are struggling with that as well, I want to give you some tips on what might actually make it a little better. So what I will be doing from 2023 forward, right now I don't have the time, and I know it's contradictory to what I'm saying in this video, but I really want to block off 1 day a week where I don't do any work. Not even like small tasks or YouTube editing, because I love what I do, but no work at all. Just reading, making time for hobbies, spending time with my boyfriends. No work at all on that day. And if you work for yourself like I do, create office hours. I'm going to set myself office hours probably from 8 to 6, which is still a 10-hour workday, but it's better than what I'm doing now, which is working from 7 to 9. Small steps, small improvement steps. Remember, and that is a mindset shift that everyone needs to make, it's not about the amount of hours that you do that makes you good at your job. It's about the amount of effort you put in and the efficiency that you have. Don't measure your success in your career and your work life in the time you invest in it. It's really about working smarter, not harder. The next habit that I tried to implement this year but was a little hard with my burnout and everything, but is to really make a habit of planning in joy. Joy is something that makes our life much more enjoyable. Like working, okay, fine. Having a family life, okay, fine. But if you can really put in the time and effort into putting... My cat has the zoomies. If you can really put in the time to make plans and to really implement joy into those everyday small activities, but also really planning things. So make it a habit to schedule fun things in your agenda on a monthly and a weekly basis. You can plan some fun activities on the weekends every month. And what I really want to do is plan a fun activity each week on a Wednesday. That way I have something to look forward to on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I have the fun activity, and then it's almost weekend. Make a habit of planning your months, your weeks, and your days. And planning doesn't have to look the same for everyone. While for some people, time blocking might work really well, for you it might be a to-do list. But in 2023, try to find a planning routine that works for you. Make a ritual at the beginning of every month, week, and day to plan out what is to come ahead. Personally, I like to reflect on the past month every last Sunday of the month, and then plan in all my goals and all the things I want to do for the month ahead. And then every Sunday morning, it gets a little more practical. Then I'll start planning my week, and I put in all the appointments that I have and things that I need to do. And then every morning before I start work, I like to make a to-do list with all the things that I need to do that day. It might seem like it's actually a lot of work, but it will keep you sane and it will keep you on top of things, and it will make sure that there's no clutter in your mind, which will free up space to actually do the things instead of just being boring and trying to remember every single thing that you need to do. So the last habit, or should I say habits, are things that would make your life easier. So for example, meal prepping or ordering your groceries, creating a cleaning routine. Those are all things that could make 2023 a lot easier for you. So just have a look at your life and the things that you struggle with and implement some habits to make that less of a problem area. This apple is really hard to peel. Because for example, right now I am meal prepping some soup because I really struggle with healthy lunches. So by preparing some soup ahead of time, I'm making sure that I have something to eat during the week. For you, that might be really making sure that you have a solid cleaning routine so your house stays clean. Or I order my groceries because that means that I can prepare healthy food. If I wouldn't order my groceries, I would seriously never have healthy food in the house. Basically, think of the things that would make it a lot easier to keep your house clean, your life in order, all those kind of things, and make habits out of them. I'm going to continue making my soup and I'll talk to you later. So I have my soup. And I just wanted to wrap up this video and to say that basically what I want you to take away from this is to really focus, is to really focus on implementing habits that will make your life easier in 2023. Not only focus on those big goals and those big things you want to reach, but also focus on just leveling up your quality of life. So if this video was helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I will be uploading every other day until mid-January to help you launch 2023 in the best way possible. So I'm going to enjoy my soup and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Waiting for the noise to go away. Waiting for the noise to go away. I can't wait for when I move and I'll have my own studio and this won't be a problem anymore.